Let's listen to the former president of the Judicial Staff Association of Ghana, Alex Nartey. He's made some revelations, especially on our need to touch on alternative dispute resolution. He sat with our legal affairs correspondent, Murtala Inusah.
CJ.
What is it about Justice Anin Yeboah that JUSAC, as it were, will always adore? Because in the eyes of the public, he didn't have that JUSAC is communicating now.
Well, I think the administration of Justice Anin Yeboah was over-politicized.
Is that why?
Yes.
So
Baselessly. They suspected him of things that naturally he didn't have the heart to do. He was a man of integrity. He worked with human face. He worked with human face.
His body language.
Come again?
Many had issues with the way he conducted himself in public.
You can't judge somebody by his appearance or what you suspect him of when you have not actually assessed and determined truly what the person is. He spoke with us a lot. He spoke to us a lot. We had extensive discussions with him on issues of integrity, quality public service, and all that. And we enjoyed working with him. He had time. He had an open door policy, and you enter his office and you are not nervous. You enter his office, and upon seeing you, he mentions your name. Hey, Nartey. Hey, Alex. You again? What is it? How do we deal with it? He always approached solving problems from what we call an interest-based principle, where he was collaborative in engaging us. Give me feedback. What do you think I can do? What can we do together? What do you think? I'm taking this decision, and you are my key stakeholders. I want to share it with you before I carry it on. What do you think? There were instances where he presented decisions that he had thought of taking to us, and upon our input, he revised the approach and all that. Certain things he may have gotten from somewhere that it was not clear. We provided the full picture, and that enabled him to take some of the decisions he took. I think that when it is right, you don't have to play around it. If it is wrong, you have to say it. Yes. So there was nothing like any hate in the staff at the time he was leaving us. Yes. And we wish he had a longer stay. So that's actually a sincere information I can share about him.
I'm sure that you are currently aware of the controversy surrounding the judiciary and all that, how things are happening and all that. From where you sit, I know now you don't work directly with the Chief Justice, the management, as you used to be in your previous role as JUSAC president. But based on what is happening currently within the judicial system and the judiciary, what's your assessment so far?
You haven't told me what is happening. You say based upon what is happening.
A lot of controversies. Okay, let me put it this
specific, and I will decide which one I deal with.
So the Chief Justice had made it a point to interact more with members of the Judicial Press Corps. There are many who have issues with that interaction. What do you make of that?
I am rather in support of that, and I commend the current Chief Justice for her courage. It is not easy engaging the press. Anybody who is comfortable with the press has nothing to hide, and he intends to meet standards. And so I think that the Justice Tokonu must be commended for being media friendly. The access to justice and the administration of justice and the institution responsible for it is so critical to the hearts of Ghanaians. Everybody loves the institution. That's why everybody is talking about it. And so they want to understand and respect what we do. And the only way we can do that is to engage with the media, the conduit that by which we could reach the populace. In fact, when I was leaving the Judicial Council, I offered an advice that what I knew that judges and managers of the judiciary said was that silence is golden. Let us not comment. Time will heal it and all that. I told them that looking at the era in which we are, with Ghanaians wide awakened and expectant to hear and understand what is going on, silence is no longer golden. I told the Judicial Council, I don't know whether it was recorded, and I recommended that we should work at strengthening our public engagement system and look and set up a committee that will regularly engage the public on issues that affect the judicial service. Because when I was in office, I took upon myself to address some of the issues that were left hanging. And I think that it went a long way to help. Sometimes you sit back and you hear even professors, some lawyers, commenting on some of the things that have happened in the judicial service. And because they don't have information, they twist it.
And just to add that, she's also allowed some coverage, live coverage of some cases at the court. What's your take?
Well, under our rules, every court sitting is a public hearing. I believe that in the minds of the founding fathers of the judiciaries and that of ours, if they had the means and the option, they would have provided that every sitting should be telecast. But I think it wasn't possible. But they had it in mind that per our constitution, you see, justice emanates from the people. The power of the judiciary to do justice emanates from the people. And so the people must be interested in how we are using the power they have conferred on us. There's nothing wrong. So telecasting any important event that Ghanaians are interested in is very, very important. We say democracy is participatory, isn't it? Have we taken time to catalog the list of activities that make it participatory? One of them is making the court accessible, placing information about the court at the disposal of the public. And so that is also another commendable style of hers that we all need to praise her for.
Just before we conclude on this discussion, I'm going to give you that opportunity, even though you've not had the opportunity to work directly with the Chief Justice as when you were then the president of JUSAC. Now you are a former. On a scale of 1 to 10, based on what you have seen from where you sit and all that, how will you rate her?
I would not rate her in terms of figures, but I would say she has been fantastic. As far as I have been assessing her, looking at her dispositions, her heartbeat for the work, immediately she took office, she ensured that relevant officers are met, the various, engagement were held about her plans, her aspirations, her understanding of what we do and what she thinks we should do to achieve those aspirations she had and to serve Ghanaians better. Very, very enthusiastic and deep in terms of knowledge and skills. And I think that the energy, the enthusiasm that she has brought to bear on the job is so impressive. But she's human. There is a saying that in Akan, there is a saying in Akan that Konsyu and a boy hina. We shouldn't expect that as she strives to serve us better, she will not make mistakes. Unfortunately, Ghanaians, we take delight in looking at wrongs and faults, and we blow those mistakes out of proportion, and we draw conclusions without looking at the other side. I think that so far so good, and we must all pray for her to be able to do more in line with her set target for the judiciary.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for the moment. So that is Mr. Alex Nartey, the former president of JUSAC. Currently, he is the coordinator, the national coordinator of, currently, he is the director of ADL, Judicial Service. Judicial Service. And in our subsequent edition, we'll bring you out to speed of what has been happening at ADL, all that has been happening. Quite recently, we had the ADL week. We'll bring out with the numbers, what are the issues, how many cases have we been able to resolve, how many are pending, and what is the success rate. You know, the first term, in fact, within the year, we have 3 terms to come out. The first term has been held, and we look forward to the second and third. In our subsequent editions, we'll bring to bear what has been the issues happening in respect of ADL. Murtala.